All right, Patriots Nation, buckle up because there's a lot to unpack today. The buzz around Foxborough is louder than ever as we head into another huge week for the New England Patriots. And before we get deep into the matchup talk, let's address the headline everyone's been talking about: the defensive shakeup and those trade rumors that just won't go away. Let's start with that name floating around from Cincinnati, linebacker Logan Wilson. The guy's been a rock for the Bengals defense, a captain, a tone setter, and now suddenly he's on the trade block. It's the kind of move that makes everyone raise an eyebrow because, let's be honest, Cincinnati's defense hasn't exactly been elite this season. But for a leader like Wilson to be available, that's something Bill Belichick and company can't ignore. The Patriots have been quietly checking in on several defensive pieces, and this one fits the bill perfectly. Wilson's a hard-nosed player, someone who can plug in immediately and bring that veteran stability, especially as the defense continues to find its rhythm. Now, the Patriots have been building a solid linebacker group already. Guys like Jelani Tavai and Jelani Gibbons have really stepped up, and rookie Marte Mapu is showing flashes that make you believe he could be something special, especially when it comes to coverage. But in today's NFL, you can never have too much depth. A guy like Wilson could add another layer, allowing those younger players to rotate and stay fresh deep into games. And while fans are calling for splashy moves like Trey Hendrickson or Max Crosby, the truth is New England doesn't necessarily need fireworks. What they need are smart, calculated additions that make the team better overall. This organization has never been about headline grabs. It's been about fit and execution. Switching gears to the defensive backfield, let's talk about Christian Gonzalez because the kid has been nothing short of a revelation. Coming back from that shoulder injury, he's found his groove again, and the numbers don't lie. Opposing quarterbacks are barely completing passes against him. Just 5 completions on 12 targets for 90 yards over the last 4 games. That's elite shutdown corner production. And you can see the difference when he's on the field. The defense plays faster, more confident, and the secondary looks in sync again. Gonzalez has that rare combination of size, instincts, and footwork that makes him such a problem for wide receivers. And heading into this weekend's clash against the Cleveland Browns, his role will be huge. And speaking of Cleveland, that matchup is shaping up to be a fascinating one. The Browns have one of the most physical defenses in football, anchored by Myles Garrett, and they've added some serious interior power with Mason Graham on the line. But offensively, they're a work in progress. With Joe Flacco no longer under center, they've handed the keys to rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon. Now, he's a bit older for a rookie, but he's still adjusting to the speed and complexity of the NFL. That's where the Patriots' defense can feast, confusing young quarterbacks with disguised coverages, exotic blitzes, and forcing those mental mistakes. Expect New England to dial up the pressure early and make Gabriel uncomfortable in the pocket. But let's not forget about the Patriots' own injury situation, because it's been a long list lately. Stephon Diggs, the team's new number 1 wide receiver, continues to manage that chest injury, but all signs point to him suiting up on Sunday. He's been limited in practice, which is pretty standard for a veteran at this stage of the season, especially with the workload he's been carrying. And even though there's some concern about guys like Harold Landry and Kyle Duggar dealing with ankle and knee issues, most of those players are expected to be active. This team is as close to full strength as we've seen all year, and that couldn't come at a better time. There's also a noticeable shift in the locker room lately, a belief that this group has turned the corner. They've shown they can win on the road, but now it's about bringing that same energy back to Gillette Stadium. That Carolina blowout was nice, but the players want more than that. They want to prove that Foxborough is still a fortress that visiting teams should dread coming here again. The vibe is different. You can feel in how they're talking, how they're practicing. There's a hunger, and this week's matchup is another chance to back it up. Going back to the Browns' offense for a moment, keep an eye on their running back Quinton Judkins. The kid has burst, he's powerful, and he's one of those backs who can change direction on a dime. But the Patriots' run defense has been phenomenal all season, one of the best in the league, and that's not by accident. The front line, with guys like Christian Barmore and Milton Williams, has been dominating at the point of attack, collapsing pockets, and freeing up the linebackers to make plays. If they can keep Judkins under control and force Cleveland into obvious passing situations, that's when the turnovers will come. And for all the fantasy football chatter, yes, everyone's curious about names like Breece Hall, Alvin Kamara, or Jacoby Myers possibly landing in New England. Don't expect any of those flashy offensive additions right now. The focus is defense. This front office knows they need to build from that side of the ball out. The Patriots have always been a team that wins by dictating tempo, taking away your best option, and forcing you to play their style of football. So, while it's tempting to dream about more star power, expect any move to be more of a buy low, high-reward situation like Logan Wilson rather than a blockbuster. Cleveland's passing game, meanwhile, has been inconsistent. Jerry Jeudy is still trying to find his rhythm, and rookie Isaiah Bond is a talented kid who might have gone in the first or second round if not for off-field concerns. The real threat comes from their tight ends, David Njoku, who's as dangerous as ever, and rookie Harold Fannin, a Bowling Green product who's given them a solid two tight end look. That's where the Patriots' defense will really be tested. They've given up some intermediate plays this season, not quite the bend-but-don't-break model, but close. If they can limit those tight inseams and take away Gabriel's safety blankets, this could be a long afternoon for the Browns. And while fans love to talk about the offense, the heartbeat of this team remains its defense. When the front seven is clicking, when Gonzalez is locking down his side, when Duggar is flying around the field, it feels like the old Patriots again. That identity, disciplined, physical, relentless, is coming back, and you can see it game by game. The question now is whether they can sustain it, build consistency, and start stringing wins together inside their own building. Because if they can do that, the AFC East crown isn't as far-fetched as people might think. With the right balance of youth and experience, this team is quietly piecing things together, and the timing couldn't be better with the playoff picture slowly taking shape. All eyes are on Sunday. The Browns are tough, gritty, and unpredictable, but so are the Patriots when they're locked in. The crowd at Gillette is going to be loud, the defense is coming in hot, and the offense has just enough firepower to make things interesting. The stage is set for a statement game, one that could say a lot about who these Patriots really are in 2025. All right, let's keep rolling because there's so much more to unpack as we look ahead to the Browns matchup and the larger trajectory of the New England Patriots this season. One thing that really stands out is how the Patriots have managed to blend veteran experience with emerging talent on both sides of the ball. It's a delicate balance that Bill Belichick has perfected over the years, and it's why even with a few injuries creeping in, this team rarely misses a beat. On the defensive front, the depth is impressive. Christian Gonzalez has solidified his role as a lockdown corner, but it's not just in making plays. Jalen Hawkins, Charles Woods, and Christian Barmore have all been stepping up and contributing in meaningful ways. Their presence allows the Patriots to rotate players, keep legs fresh, and maintain a high level of intensity throughout the game. This rotation becomes critical against a Browns offense that's young and hungry. Every snap counts, and the more pressure the front seven can generate, the more mistakes they can force from rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel. Gabriel, for all his physical tools, is still learning the nuances of reading defenses at the NFL level. The Patriots will undoubtedly exploit that, mixing coverages, disguising blitzes, and forcing him into uncomfortable situations. He's athletic, he has arm strength, and he can make plays outside the pocket, but consistency will be the biggest challenge. That's where New England's defensive strategy comes into play. Make him rely on his less experienced weapons and limit the impact of their top targets. Jerry Jeudy, while talented, has struggled to produce at a high level this season, and Isaiah Bond, despite his potential, is still adjusting to the speed and precision required at this level. Running back Quinton Judkins is going to be another focal point for the Patriots. The kid has explosive ability and can break a game open with one big run, but the Patriots' defensive front has been dominant against the run all season long. They set the tone at the line of scrimmage, control gaps, and allow the linebackers to flow to the ball. If they can contain Judkins and limit him to manageable gains, the Browns will be forced to pass more than they'd like, increasing the chances for turnovers and negative plays. This isn't just about physicality. It's about discipline and execution, and New England has shown they excel in both areas. Now, on the offensive side, there's a clear expectation for Stephon Diggs to suit up despite that lingering chest issue. He's been limited in practice, yes, but he's expected to be on the field come game time. Diggs' presence opens up the playbook for Mac Jones and keeps defenses honest. Even with a patched-together offensive line, having a dynamic receiver like Diggs allows for explosive plays downfield and keeps the defense from crowding the box against the run. It's a subtle advantage, but one that can make the difference in tight games. The Patriots' offensive line has been tested, and the young guys are continuing to develop under pressure. This unit's performance will be critical in controlling the game tempo. If they can protect Mac Jones long enough to let the passing game develop, the Patriots can sustain drives and keep their defense fresh. It's a chess match, and every line of scrimmage battle has a ripple effect. When a line holds, everything else falls into place. Meanwhile, the running game has been efficient, if not flashy. It's not about high yardage totals every week. It's about consistency and keeping defenses honest. Controlling the clock, mixing in play-action passes, and creating manageable third downs are all part of the blueprint. Against a Browns defense that thrives on pressure, New England will need to maintain composure, stick to assignments, and capitalize on any mistakes. This is where veteran leadership and young players stepping up intersect perfectly. Special teams should not be overlooked either. Field position in a game like this could be the difference between a manageable drive and an early deficit. New England has historically excelled in the hidden aspects of the game: punt coverage, kickoff returns, and situational kicking. And they'll need all of that precision against a Browns squad that has explosive potential on offense. The bigger picture is also compelling. The Patriots are quietly positioning themselves as a serious contender in the AFC East. With Miami and Buffalo showing vulnerability at times, New England has an opportunity to seize control of their division. They've been a road warrior team, but now the challenge is to carry that momentum back into Gillette Stadium and turn home games into a fortress. Confidence is growing in the locker room, and the players are buying into the system. That internal belief can be just as powerful as any X's and O's advantage. Heading into this week, the strategic moves on both sides of the ball will be fascinating to watch. Defensively, adding depth with someone like Logan Wilson could be a game changer, giving the Patriots a versatile player who can make an immediate impact. On offense, integrating Diggs fully and keeping Mac Jones upright will allow the team to maintain balance and adaptability. These elements combined create a well-rounded, flexible team that can adjust to adversity and exploit opponent weaknesses. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling across New England as the Patriots have reportedly announced the acquisition of defensive powerhouse Chris Jones. While official statements remain scarce, sources close to the organization hint that the move could signal a seismic shift along the Patriots' defensive front. Insiders suggest Jones' arrival isn't just a roster addition. It could be an immediate game changer. Jones, widely regarded as one of the league's most disruptive defensive linemen, has a reputation for wreaking havoc in the backfield. His ability to collapse pockets, disrupt passing lanes, and dominate one-on-one matchups could give the Patriots' defensive line the boost it has been craving. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing with speculation. Could this be the missing piece that finally transforms New England into a defensive juggernaut? Though the Patriots management has kept a tight lid on details, chatter on social media suggests locker room reactions have been electric. Teammates are reportedly excited, viewing Jones not only as a force on the field, but as a veteran presence capable of mentoring younger linemen. Some whispers even suggest that his leadership style aligns perfectly with the team's recent shift toward aggressive, versatile defensive schemes. The timing of the announcement raises eyebrows. Patriots observers note that Jones' integration into the roster could have immediate tactical implications. Defensive coordinators around the league are rumored to be scrambling, recalibrating their game plans in anticipation of a Patriots front line that may now be among the league's most formidable. Imagine opposing quarterbacks staring down a wall that doesn't just pressure, but dominates, forcing turnovers and dictating the rhythm of every drive. Of course, in true NFL fashion, everything remains speculative. There's no guarantee how quickly Jones will acclimate, nor how Patriots head coach and defensive staff will deploy him. But the buzz is undeniable. Pundits are already drafting headlines. Patriots defense reborn and Chris Jones, the X-factor New England needed. Even rival fans can't help but acknowledge the potential magnitude of this signing. One thing is clear, the rumor mill is running wild. If Chris Jones hits the field in New England at the level everyone expects, the Patriots' defensive identity could transform overnight, leaving the rest of the league with serious reason to worry. For now, all eyes are on Jones, and the whispers, the excitement, and the sheer speculation are only just beginning. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.